Hello Chidians, and welcome to another edition of our Road Safety Chat. Now, there's been a number of road traffic crashes in the recent past involving motor vehicles and locomotives like trains. Why is it that some motor vehicles are finding themselves in a road traffic crash with a train? On today's Road Safety Chat, we want to look at railway crossing safety. What can we do to avoid road traffic crashes between a motor vehicle and a train? Join me today as we get on site and look at what drivers should and should not do when they approach or crossing a railway crossing point. I know for a fact that most of the drivers do not reduce speed upon seeing the sign of a railway crossing ahead. It's important that when you see the sign, you start reducing speed. Don't reduce speed when you've already passed the railway crossing sign, because if you want to reduce speed when you are near the railway track, imagine if your brakes fail. What are you going to do? You're going to end up being involved in a crash with a train. So it's important that the moment you see the sign, you start reducing speed, you start preparing yourself to stop, look, and listen. So please do not stop when you are almost there. The moment you see the sign, start reducing speed. Start preparing your mind and your vehicle to stop before you get to the level crossing. We are on site now, right along Gorere Road at a railway crossing. The reason why we are here is because, of course, there's been an increase in the number of road traffic crashes involving locomotives like a train and motor vehicles. Now, I want us to look at the railway crossing, which is just behind us there. What is it that we are supposed to do as drivers, as motorcycle riders, cyclists, and pedestrians when we get to a level crossing like where we are right now? Now, for drivers, of course, when you look at the highway code, it gives guidelines from number 251 coming down. It will give you guidelines on how you're supposed to drive when you get to a level crossing. The first thing you're supposed to do is, please, every time you are driving and you're approaching a railway crossing like the one behind me there, do not drive nose to tail. Nose to tail is when you drive too close to the vehicle that is in front of you. In case of an emergency, maybe that vehicle went a bit too close to the railway line and they want to reverse back. There must be enough room for that vehicle to do that. Or maybe the train has derailed and there's need for vehicles to do what? To move backwards. There should be that space. So the first thing is, please do not drive nose to tail. Always leave a bit of a distance. Now, there are railway crossings that have got traffic lights. They have lights. Please do not try and save 3 or 4 seconds by passing that red light at a level crossing. It's important that we follow. Some level crossing have got a gate. Do not attempt to go and remove or open that gate. It is for your safety. Every time you get to a railway crossing that has a gate, if the gate closes, it means the train is near or is passing. Please do not try and remove that gate and then you are past there. Now, there is also level crossings that do not have either traffic lights or that do not have a gate like the one that is behind me there. There is no gate and there is no lights to show whether it's green or red for motor vehicles to pass. What are you supposed to do when you find a level crossing like the one that is right behind me? The first thing you need to do is 3 things that are very important that you must do. First of all, stop, look, listen. What do I mean stop, look, and listen? When you are approaching such a railway crossing, you must stop. The highway code says even when there is no signs. So whether there is signs or there is no signs, you must stop. The first thing you do is you stop. Now, when stopping, how far should you stop? Please do not stop right next to the rail like the way this one is. You need to leave enough distance between your vehicle and the rail crossing. So please don't stop right next to the rail station, to the rail line. No, you need to stop leaving enough distance. So the first thing, you stop, and you stop leaving enough distance. A 3-second rule distance should apply on that as well. Then you now look, all right? Please stop and look around. Whether there is a sign or there's no sign, the highway code says you must stop. So you stop and then you look around. After looking around, if you can't see anything, it's also important that you listen. Remember, guys, whenever the train is approaching a crossing like this one, there is always that horn that the train is going to sound. Here is a road safety tip. When you're approaching such a level crossing, please do not do what? Close your windows and play loud music, all right? When you're approaching a level crossing, you need to stop, you need to look, and you need to listen. How do you listen? How can you listen when your windows are closed and you're playing loud music? Just for your safety, when you're approaching a rail crossing like this one, reduce your speed, open your windows and reduce some volume so that you're able to hear the train if it's coming or not. Now, just being here, you will notice that some vehicles don't even stop. They literally come from one side to the other side without literally stopping and just cruising past a level crossing. That is very dangerous. That is very irresponsible, and it's not a good thing to do as a driver. Now, what can passengers also do? Please, as a passenger and you're approaching a level crossing, you have a responsibility to remind your driver to please stop, look, and listen. Most of motorcycle riders just pass at a level crossing without stopping, and they think that because they're riding motorcycles, they're not supposed to do that. But hey, here's a news flash. Even you motorcycle riders, you need to stop, look, and listen. Just because you're riding a motorcycle does not mean you should disobey these traffic rules and just literally pass without following what the highway code says. So motorcycle riders as well must stop, look, and listen. Now, pedestrians as well. What are you supposed to do if you are crossing a level crossing like this? We've had accidents where even pedestrians have been involved in crash between a train and a pedestrian. Please do not play around this railway line. This is not for pedestrians to play around. If you want to cross, make sure you also, as a pedestrian, stop, you look, you listen. If it's clear, then you cross. Do not sit and play around a railway track like this one. It is for a train and not pedestrians. Now, there's one thing that I need to mention as well here. What should you do in case you want to cross a level crossing like there, and then your vehicle develops a fault? It develops a breakdown. The first thing you should do is make sure everyone in that vehicle disembarks and goes to a what? A safe place. If you're able to push that motor vehicle, please make sure that you push it completely off the road. Don't leave your broken down motor vehicle on a rail crossing there. You must make sure that the people that are in the vehicle are out, and then you push that motor vehicle completely off the rail crossing. That is what you can do in case your motor vehicle develops a fault. Do not leave it there. Do not sit in that motor vehicle as you wait for help. It's very risky and dangerous. Please make sure everybody else disembarks, you push it off the road, and then you can wait for somebody to come and help you out. Hey, that was what we had for today on the level crossing. What you can do as a pedestrian, a cyclist, as a motorcycle rider, and a driver. For this and many more videos, please do join our road safety channel on YouTube, Traffic Desk Zambia. You're going to see this and many more road safety videos that are going to help you in your safety on the road. Thank you.